In this video, you'll be shown the calendar feature in Brightspace. The calendar is a great way to help you keep track of notable events in your courses, like assignment and quiz due dates, which are added automatically to your calendar if they contain deadlines. Not only that, you can even create your own events and tasks, just like you'd be able to on any other calendar and task program. If you already use a calendar app like Google Calendar, you can easily input your events and tasks from Brightspace with just a few clicks. To access your calendar, you can do so by clicking on Calendar, located on the Calendar widget on the course homepage. Or, you can access the calendar by going up to the nav bar and then clicking Tools, and then Calendar. When you visit the calendar, you'll be greeted with the list view, which will show all upcoming events by default. You can change the calendar view to either month, week, day, or agenda view. You can use the side arrows to switch between different time frames. All of these assignments you see listed were added automatically based on their due dates and availability made visible to you by your instructors. You can also create your own events by going to Create Event. This option can be useful when you want to block off certain times in your calendar, for things like work, or even block off times you'll dedicate to working on a particular assignment. Let's create an event. Here, you can add content from a course if you wish, and even give it a custom name. Then, you can give your event a description. Once that is done, if you scroll down, you'll see a section where you can assign a time frame to your event. For this example, let's dedicate our next Friday afternoon to working on this essay. If we wanted to, we could also make this a recurring event, and have it repeat for every certain amount of days, weeks, months, or years. We can even set a recurrence end date, so that the event only reoccurs up until that date. This could be useful for scheduling time to work on larger projects and assignments, little by little each day or week up until the deadline. We won't add a recurrence to this event. Next, you can also add a restriction, which will allow you to keep a certain event hidden for a specified amount of time until the event's scheduled date. You can also hide the event for a certain amount of time after its scheduled time and date. We won't add restrictions to this event. Location allows you to put where an event will take place, if applicable. Let's create the event. As you can see, the event we made has showed up in our calendar. To view an event in more detail, click on it. If you want to edit, delete, or remove content from the event, click here right next to the event name. As we start getting more assignments and add more events, it can become harder to find a certain event. There are multiple ways to help you sort through events. One way is to use the search bar in the top right to search for an event by name. Or you can filter by the event type here above the list of events in List View. If you want to look at events for a specific date quickly, you can do so by choosing a date in the mini calendar on the right. Finally, you can also help yourself find events easier by color coding each class by going to All Calendars in the top right. You can also add a calendar and delete a calendar from a specific course. In the bottom right corner, you can also create tasks. This is a helpful way to make to-do lists for yourself. You can also assign due dates to a task, and add notes, and delete a task. As you complete tasks, the finished tasks will populate in View Completed Tasks. If you want, you can also export your calendar events or tasks from Brightspace to show up in your calendar and task app of choice. For tasks, you can do so by clicking to the right of Tasks and then clicking Subscribe, and copy the link into your task app of choice. Similarly, for events, go up to Subscribe, which is located to the left of the search bar, and then copy the link into your calendar app of choice. Let's see this in action. For this example, I will import Brightspace events into my Google Calendar. From the Brightspace calendar screen, go up to Subscribe, and copy the link. Then, head on over to Google Calendar by going to your Launchpad and then clicking on the calendar icon. Once you're there, go to where it says Other Calendars in the bottom left corner and click on the plus icon, and then click on From URL. Paste the URL here, and then click Add Calendar. You should now see all of your Brightspace events populate here. And that's that. You've now seen how to use the calendar tool in Brightspace. Now it's time to practice this yourself so that you can become more familiar with learning through Brightspace. For more information on academic support resources and strategies, visit us at usm.maine.edu/agile.